Hey, this is Paul at Paul Component, and today we're going to take on one of our high flange hubs. We're going to switch the axle from 120 to 130, and you can go, of course, vice versa. It's fairly simple. Take the screws out. And take two 3/4 inch wrenches and loosen the axle nut. Now, one axle nut will be Loctited on and it'll be tight, and one should come off fairly easily. Now, the one nut that'll come off will be on the adjuster side. The nut on the fixed side is Loctited on. So we got that nut off. We take a 2.5 millimeter Allen, loosen up the pinch screw on the adjuster, and the adjuster should screw right off. If it doesn't, you can get it started with a flat bladed screwdriver. Bloop. Pull that off. And this should slide out. Could be a bit sticky. Take a dead blow rubber mallet. Pull that out. Kaplooey. Now this is what we call the fixed spacer. This goes on the fixed gear side. On the 120 axle, it's a little bit shorter because the axle is shorter. Also, this axle is relieved in the center. This one is not. This is just a engineering change. We just took a little bit out to make it lighter. Both axles will work just fine. The new axle in. Now the fixed side always goes on the fixed gear side. The adjuster side always goes on the side with either a freewheel threads or no threads whatsoever. Screw that on. Always a good idea to put a little grease on there. Screw that on. And when you're doing that, you just want it to bump up against the bearing. You don't have to tighten it. You don't need to strong arm it, just right up against the bearing. That's really all you need to do there. Once you get it all assembled into a wheel and you put it on your bike, you can check for any side-to-side play. But that's a good place to start. Also, this screw doesn't need to be super tight. It'll stay tight with just a little bit of force there. Put the other nut on. These are the nuts that contact the dropout face. And now we tighten these same way we took them off, 2 3/4 inch wrenches. And again, you don't need to strong arm it. When we're putting them together here, we tighten them to 25 inch-pounds. If you want to get your torque wrench out, and then you put your screws in. Now, if you have both your front and your rear hubs apart, these washers are different front to rear. The front will be a little smaller, both here and here, both of these diameters. Don't get those mixed up. Keep those straightened out, and otherwise you won't be able to get your front wheel in your fork. And there we go. And we're now 120 millimeters. We started at 130, and like I said, we could go the reverse of that, no problem.